This is Prizefighter, and thank you for joining me on this first episode of Layers of Fear. Excuse the dark camera, I'm trying to keep the atmosphere somewhat suitable for the game so that I'm not comfortable in a light room. Fun fact, this is actually the second time I've recorded this today. I didn't realize that my game capture was actually picking up my mic and capturing every breath that I took. And no one wants to hear that. So we're going to try this again. This will be the third time I've actually played through this first chapter. So don't expect any crazy reactions. But that said, I wanted to start from the beginning so that you could experience the full story. I won't be talking a whole lot during this episode. Mainly because it's one of those atmospheric things you just really want to see. So I'll throw in my quips in there every once in a while and read anything I, happen to pick up that requires. But, yeah. I appreciate you tuning in, and here we go.
I know how you must feel. Lost. Alone. Hopeless.
See if moving that candle a little closer helps. Mood lighting.
But even for you, there is still a way. A way to bring it all back. The one precious thing you ever truly desired. Finish it.
So here we go. Anything in here that I've missed? No. So I picked up this game because it reminded me a lot of kind of the way Amnesia plays. If you've ever seen Amnesia or played through Amnesia or watched it played, everything's very physics-based and the whole, grab the door and actually pull your mouse to open things and whatnot. It makes the more intense scenes a little bit more so because you've got to use a little bit of dexterity where you normally wouldn't in a game that is just hit button and open door or whatever action you happen to be doing. So I figured you'd be up all night, so I made you a little treat. I bet even... what is that? Rembrandt occasionally took time off from... Oh, Rembrandt. Rembrandt occasionally took time off from being brilliant and shoved his head off like the rest of the common folk. I actually don't know what that means. I know gasp. In other words, get some sleep, you big dummy. I love you. Oh, she loves me. Let's see. Did I read that right? Snored his head off. Okay, that makes a little more sense. Let's see. Got a little shopping list here. So excuse any frame jumps and all that. My computer's actually fairly beefy, but this game in general just has some optimization issues with my card. It may be an AMD thing, but I'm hoping to upgrade that fairly soon. See, dear sir, we would like to ask you to cease bothering our pest control specialist as well as refrain from sending us any more of your highly inappropriate letters. I'll have you know that my mother is a respectable woman and does not take kindly to such accusations. All of our employees that visited your house reported absolutely no signs of rodent infestation of any kind, and as such decided not to act further than a prophylactic spraying. Please treat this letter as a final warning, or else the next envelope you'll receive will be from our lawyers. With best regards, Carl Denton, Pesky Pacification Company. Say that 5 times fast. I'm not gonna actually try that. Let's see. Did something else just take my mouse? Could have swore I saw something pop up. Oh well. I don't know how the capture is going to handle this kind of dark tone, but we'll see. It's not a fantastic report card there. See, I didn't come down here in my first playthrough. So yeah, I know capture can handle dark areas pretty poorly sometimes, but hopefully it doesn't really affect this too poorly, or too badly, I guess. An artist triumph gallery opening wows critics. I'm not gonna read that right now because I only have so much capture time before it'll quit out, but you're welcome to pause and take that in. Let's see here. Been working all night, don't wake me up. Go ahead and open this up.
Tumbling all around, tumbling all around, tumbling all around, so funny. Tumbling here and
Galactic
there,
Grand
tumbling
opening in
everywhere, and I
flames.
must declare,
Disastrous fire at the
stepped right
new
on
department
one
store leaves
boy,
dozens fighting for
and
their
when
lives.
it-
The long-awaited opening of the Galactic Department Store turned into hell on Earth when the building's wiring burst into flames. While the majority of the visitors managed to reach the emergency exits in time, several unfortunate attendees were trapped in the back of the building, having no chance to escape the raging inferno. The exact numbers of casualties have not yet been determined, although it is estimated that at least a dozen people have been severely injured. The owner of the Galactic, Ronald Sheffield, has so far declined to comment on today's tragic events. That's depressing. Sorry, couldn't sleep. The leg's been acting up again. Figured I might as well do some work. Oh man, story of my life. I'm dealing with a back injury and some leg pain at this moment. So the first and second time I did that, I scared the crap out of me. Second time I forgot it happened. Did that. I haven't ever been able to figure out what that is. Creepy bearded baby painting. The thing's got full face fur. Look at that. I'm sorry, I'll make it up to you. Tonight is all about you and me. Let's make it special. You promised. I believe there's a note here somewhere. Yeah. My dear friend, let me ask you one simple question. Have you completely lost your mind? I know you're going through some hard times right now. I really do. That's why I agreed to let you do those illustrations in the first place. For old time's sake. I even deliberately gave you a trivial task because I expected Little Red Riding Hood to be something you can draw in your sleep. What I didn't expect is to get this demented nightmare fuel you submitted for a kid's bedtime story. There's no way in hell I'm using this, and I already regret agreeing to a payment in advance. Please get your crap together. Your old pal Liam Brickstone, Whispered Tale Publishing House. And you can see here these are actually pretty demented. Really skilled stuff though. Whoever did the art for this game is extremely talented. And a little demented. Oh, you didn't see that last one. Yeah, pretty brutal stuff. Here's some of that frame rate issue I told you about. I don't know how well that picked up on camera though. Gonna check in here real quick. Rattle. Little toy soldier. And a weird picture that doesn't make a lot of sense right now. Okay. So now that we have the key to the office in here, or the room. Did I read this? I didn't touch the workshop, just like you asked, although I can't imagine the mess that's inside. Also, if you care so much for that room, maybe you should pay more attention to where you leave the keys. I brought them back to your office. Have a nice day. Door open. Let's see. So I discovered earlier, I think that this keeps track of photos that you find inside the game. Is there anything in the back? No. Okay. Look through the trunks. Got some surprisingly mishandled and broken paint brushes. And tons and tons of booze. Or I assume that's booze. And the beginnings of this letter. Lost. You deserve it. Finish it. Can't really make out anything else here. Let's pull that down. Okay, so this is the beginning of the painting. If you haven't heard of this game or seen any of it before, basically this is an out-of-work artist who's basically trying to complete this next masterpiece, from my understanding, through a series of layers as he's finding various pieces throughout the game. I don't understand it all, but I'm kind of learning as I go, and I haven't made it past the first chapter yet, so we'll see. Just out of reach. I'm gonna kind of rush through this next part because it's a lot of just somewhat empty corridors and a lot of changing layouts. So the further you go in the game, the more insane the character seems to get, which leads to some crazy architecture and various effects. But you'll see as we go. Nothing on here. Clock, or not a clock, lock. Paintings. I hate opening those. Oh, that's right. Just like that. 854. Five and 4. So like I said, I hope the commentary running here isn't super boring for you. I'm just basically running through this. You'll get more reaction and whatnot out of me in the sections that I haven't played
The
through.
thought alone that the
So,
most beautiful piece of art doesn't
just stick
have
with this
my
series.
name
I think
on it
it'll
is
be a good
killing
one.
me. So, will you marry me?
I don't know if that's a bad pickup line or a great one. And new door. I mentioned this in my first attempt at the playthrough, but super cliche self-rocking chair, though I don't know why everything's covered in paint. I'm hoping there's like an explanation on that. Creepy dolls. Gotta love the creepy dolls. Alright, so the first time I played through, this scared the living daylights out of me. That still gives me the willies. Let's see here. There's a whole lot of those paintings. I don't like. Did he paint them and decide he wanted a lot of them? Seems like a lot of unnecessary work. Another terrifying moment for the first couple of times.
Now, a tiny bit to the left. Yes, just like that. Hold that pose.
I'm not
I want
that
to get
round.
all those lovely curves just right.
That's funny. I missed that the first time I played through it. Made a comment about how it's kind of like the whole paint me like you're French girls or whatever from Titanic. Alright, so I'm about to turn around and there's a thing here. And so when I originally played this, I thought those were just a bunch of floating books. Still scared the daylights out of me. And it wasn't until trying to record this the first time that I realized it was a humanoid form, which is 10 times worse, and caused me to freak out a second time. Doing pretty well on time here. Absolutely no horror game is complete without creepy, crying children or women or anything like that. So, there's your second cliche of the night.
Hello. It's about time for us to talk, don't you think? I mean, I've seen you in my house so many times, and yet I could never find the courage to face you directly. Not until now.
Empty, or locked. Let's see. This character is absolutely like me right now with this limp that's going on, if you can hear the footsteps. Okay, let's see if I can figure out how to activate all this again. So if you watch, I think something will fall out of the painting. Yes? No? Yeah, there we go. Creepy rotting fruit. There's another one. Yeah. I think. Oh. If I could make art that gave me free potatoes, that would be fantastic. Okay.
First, I looked for a canvas. Not just any canvas.
It's nice and gross.
I had to find a knife. Not one of those bread ones. It needed to be as sharp as a razor. So I used a razor, in fact, and then carefully flayed the skin. Booze helped keep my hand steady.
We're gonna assume that's not human. Nah, not this guy. Never. Deep breaths. Remember, you're a professional. It's just the first few strokes, then you're over the hump. What's so hard about it? I don't know, maybe flaying skin. That might be a difficult thing. Oh, it's just the book again. There's nothing else in it. As you see as we go, this note fills in. So now it says, hate, even now, lost, you deserve it, finish it. Sorry if you heard that overly loud click. So yeah, from my understanding, as we go, we're going to continue to find bits and pieces that'll help us finish the painting. And paint, I guess, whatever these are, flamingos? Blood flamingos? You know, normal stuff. Just normal stuff. Shapeless dreams. So yeah, that was the first chapter of Layers of Fear. Sorry it wasn't super eventful here. Like I said, I've played through it twice already, so the scares don't really hit me. But from here on out, it's fresh. So I appreciate you sitting through this episode with me. Once again, I'm Prize Fighter, and I will see you in the next video.